Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lucy's Science Library. Today we got another special one on deck for Strange Stuff Sundays, a book that I've been itching to talk about for a minute now, and that's Barlowe's Guide to Extraterrestrials. That might have been a bit of a shiny cover for this lighting. No worries though, we'll have it up on the screen like always. And also, like always, please stick around to the end for the cute bunny clip. It's the way I'm attracting new viewers, because I'm a sellout. But enough of that now, and on to the book, and why I'm not doing it as a regular book review and instead as a Strange Stuff Sunday, because this is a bit of an interesting case. And that's because this isn't a traditional sci-fi book. This isn't a story or a narrative or even a short story. This is quite literally, as advertised, a guidebook of aliens from other sci-fi books that Wayne Barlowe and his co-author Ian Summers have illustrated and described in the pages of this. So again, as always, before we deep dive into this book and what my thoughts are on it, let's talk a little bit first about Wayne Barlowe and what he's about. Wayne Barlowe is an illustrator and author living in Glen Cove, New York right now. He's famous for his illustrations in sci-fi books of aliens and just general sci-fi art from the 70s all the way up to now. But he's also a famous author of such books such as Expedition and God's Demons, going across genres, as well as his concept art for tons of big blockbuster movies, to include Pacific Rim, Hellboy, Avatar, and others. So this guy's got quite the resume on his hands. Barlowe's Guide to Extraterrestrials is his first book, and the premise of it is really cool. Wayne Barlowe and another artist, Ian Summers, decided to set out and illustrate and create a guidebook for the aliens that they really liked from classic science fiction novels and short stories. This might seem pretty easy at first. I mean, sci-fi's full of aliens that are just literally little green men or something to that effect. Pretty easy to draw and conceptualize. So these two illustrators decided to take it a step further and only drew the weirdest and most awe-inspiring and imaginative aliens that they felt like drawing. They also self-imposed rules to draw aliens that were not only rarely visualized, but also aliens that could actually work in the biomes from the books that they were described in. Aliens that could actually function in exotic ecosystems and ones that we haven't seen before. Now, at least in the preface for this book, or at least the copy that I have, they set out and explain their criteria very vividly. And it's pretty strict, especially for just two guys drawing aliens and creating a guidebook that they had no idea would have any chance of success back in '79. So how did they do? Well, I'd have to agree with critical reception at the time this was released and give it 2 thumbs up. This is some seriously cool artwork, and it's a great selection of aliens to accompany it. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you're going to know that I'm going to say I'm a big fan of vintage sci-fi. So when I see the selection of books and short stories that they chose, I know that they're also huge fans, because you have every great author on this list. Ursula K. Le Guin, James Blish, Jack Vance, all kinds of imaginative, speculative science fiction writers. And the illustrations they created for these aliens speak for themselves. From here on out in this video, I'm going to have random ones flashing across the screen just to show you how cool they are. But I'm not going to show you all of them. So you're going to have to get the book and try it for yourself, because this is already getting a hard recommend from me. This is not only a book of good illustrations and pretty decent small descriptions of why these aliens could exist or how they exist, this is also a great reading list. I found so many books that I didn't know existed just from flipping through the pages of this and reading the titles of these novels where they got the aliens in the first place. So even if you're not a fan of the classic or 70s styled like sci-fi art or sci-fi visuals, you'll definitely be a fan of their selection and range of books that they chose from. I'm sure everybody can find something to like in this guidebook. And even if you're not a fan of this style of artwork or this book in general, Wayne Barlowe has only gotten better and better as time goes on. He has other books out like Expedition, as well as many others with his illustrations. And let me tell you, the longer we go, the better they get somehow. The guy's like some sort of miracle. And so yeah, we'll keep this one pretty short. I mean, it's just going to be a hard recommend and me showing you pretty images, but Honestly, you should just go out and get the book for yourself. It's it's great, and it's a really weird, interesting thing to have on your shelf. Mixes it up from reading the same stories and, I don't know, just general beats all the time. So yeah, another potentially cool little part of the genre that you might not have known of before. If you did know about Wayne Barlowe and you are a fan, post down in the comments below. What's your favorite Wayne Barlowe book or illustration? Thanks again for watching, and please stick around to the end for the cute bunny clip. And as always, see you in the next video.